I am so excited to share a book review when it's a book that has really changed the way I live my life day to day. And that is the book Breath by James Nestor. I am a yoga teacher and I attend a meditation class as well as teach meditation. So I learned about this book from my meditation teacher. And he has also been talking to us about nose breathing and about sleep strips, some of the stuff from the book. And then he says the stuff is from this book, Breath by James Nestor. So what I like about this book is that James Nestor is not a breathwork facilitator. James Nestor he lives in San Francisco and he's a journalist. So it's the type of book that's readable, it's educational, but it's very readable. It's more like you have your friend that you haven't seen in a while and you're out for some beers or some tea. And he's like, hey man, I've been doing this multi-year kind of odyssey into all these different things having to do with my lungs. Like, let's sit over this beer and talk about it. And he has some great stories that he shares with you. And that's what I like about this book, is that it is his objective exploration of breathing practices. So he really takes you along and you learn as he is sharing his experiences with you. So some of the things that would really, really interest and really interested me as someone who's a yoga teacher, as someone who teaches other people about breath work and meditation, is his ideas and his sharing of the philosophy that he learned around what prana is. So prana is seen in many cultures. There's many words for it over many cultures, and he elaborates in the book. But we think about it as more than breath work, as the energy that runs through the body. And yoga teaches us, as I'm a yoga teacher, yoga teaches us that there's ways that you can manipulate your prana, and having a healthy amount of prana is what keeps us healthy. And I found it very interesting that he is likening prana to our body's ability to have electrons attract and move around electrons in the body, in the molecules, and the oxygens link with electrons, and how electrons are moving around and how we're able to manipulate electrons in our body. So I love that. That alone is worth the book because I'd never heard that theory before. Also, he talks about some things that I'd heard in pop culture, but I never knew what they were about. He talks about mewing, and I thought mewing was just something that, the preteens were doing. He talks about mewing. He also talks about things that I have gone ahead and bought them because I really like what he talks about. He talks about chewing gum and how it can help with the jaw and the shape of the face. He talks about mouth tape, and I've already been taping my mouth at night because my meditation teacher who taught me about mouth tape had read it in the book Breath, and he recommended the book Breath to us. So I'm already using mouth tape at night. It's reducing, according to my husband, how much I'm snoring. It's helping me. I don't have a bad breath and a dry mouth in the when I wake up, which means I indeed was mouth breathing when I was asleep. I am trying to more intelligently nose breathe and remember to nose breathe throughout the day. And it's just such a valuable book because, again, you get to hear his reaction to and his experience with all these different intense breathing practices. And I've done some intense breathing practices in the past. Right now, I'm more of a type. I want a more gentle breathing practice that is actually going to relax me during the day, that I don't have to go to a place and pay $50 and lie down on a mat and really do an active breathing practice. I'm much more focused now on breathing practices that I can fit in throughout my day to relax me, to bring me to inner peace. But he is taking all the breathing practices and trying all of them, from Wim Hof to some of the more intense breathing practices. So if you didn't have an experience with that, James Nestor is, and this book, Breath, is a really great way to learn more about it.